and welcome to today's Mayhem, the podcast of indie game studio Total Mayhem Games. My name is Nena, I'm the community manager at TMG, and today I am with Lucia and Jov, and I think you guys probably already know them by now. They've been in several podcasts already, but for the new listeners, could you briefly introduce yourselves, Lucia?
Well, my name is Lucia de Visser. I was one of the co-founders back in the We Were Here days. I've stuck around for already 5 years. Right now I'm the managing director of the studio, so I make sure the studio stays alive and everybody's happy and that we can still produce amazing games till today and in the future.
Yes.
I'm Jov. I used to be the college professor of the students that created We Were Here, and I'm the executive producer on We Were Here Forever.
Yes, making all the tough decisions, as we remember.
Yep.
Well, welcome. Thanks for being here today. I just wanted to quickly mention before we start that this podcast will be like our regular podcast again, because the last 3 podcasts we did a little mini-series about the lore of our previous games. So now that's done, so now we'll just move on to the regular format and do the updates, some important news, sneak peeks, the community questions, that kind of stuff. So
We're also in the studio.
yeah, we're actually in the studio today.
Very empty studio, but still our studio.
It's not as full as it used to be, but there's several people, so that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the background working.
Yeah, they have to be
hard
quiet now.
Just to elaborate on that, we are finishing We Were Here Forever, and during the pandemic we've already worked a long time from home.
Yeah.
And we made the decision to say to the team, you know what, just stay at home for the end of the game, for when we're finishing the whole full product, and eventually come back to the studio where we're going to do something new.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So, alright, well, I think it's best to begin with probably the biggest update we have today, which is the release date reveal. We announced the release date reveal 1 week ago, right?
Yep.
Last week.
Yeah. That was very exciting.
Yeah, it was a moment we all
Have been waiting for.
We've been waiting for.
We got a lot of questions about.
Yes.
When is it finally coming? When will we be released?
Yes, we got a lot of questions. It was an exciting moment. It's good to have it out of our system.
Yeah.
Finally, we can talk about it. You know.
Yeah.
Everybody's asking, and I'm not sure. Can't talk about it. It's really secret.
Even when you have to keep a secret like that for so long, it's
not-
killing you from the inside,
yeah.
because you know and you want to share it with people, but you just can't.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard. It's tough.
You're also constantly, I mean, at least for me, like scared to accidentally
yeah.
review it and be like, oh shit, I was not supposed to say it yet.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yes.
now it's out. And for those who didn't know yet or who haven't seen it yet, we have a new trailer also with the release date reveal. So I'll put those links in the description so you guys can check it out.
Nice.
Awesome new trailer. So yeah, and aside from that, another super exciting thing that we've worked towards for months, I can say, I guess.
Definitely.
Which is, you guys want to review it?
It's the Chronicles of Castle Rock.
Yes. And what is that exactly?
That's a good question. How do we ever get there?
It's a long story.
But the funny thing is that one thing that you will notice about We Were Here Forever is that in We Were Here, we've always been in this castle. And we've always talked about the king and about the creepy guy called the Jester. But, you know, a kingdom needs a king, but it's also about the people. And that is what We Were Here Forever is also about. Not just about the king and the castle, but about the people in the kingdom. And their thoughts on what happened with the king, what happened with the kingdom.
Yeah, they've always been quiet in the background, but
exactly.
they get a voice for once.
Yeah.
Finally, they get a voice.
Yeah, which is also nice. A bit of context.
Yeah,
Exactly, yeah. So at some point, our creative director, Ruud Renting, he wrote a story about the point of view from one of the people inside the village near the castle, which is called Rockbury. And it was sort of the life story of one of these inhabitants called Kees Klokkenmaker.
Yeah.
And then we got that story, and at first at marketing we thought, whoa, this is cool.
Yeah.
Maybe do a podcast about it.
Yeah.
And then we started planning for the podcast, and we were like,
that was the first choice.
Yeah, that was the
first choice.
Just to like
Glad we didn't
incorporate
do
it
that.
in one of our podcasts. Just
Yeah.
like here.
Yeah.
And then we read it again, and it was like, no, wait a minute, we can do something really cool about this. And then it got real complicated and expensive.
Real quick.
Real quick.
Yeah. It
But
escalated very quickly.
That's also how we do things at the
Yeah, if someone got a great idea and we love it and it's something we all get really excited about, we're just like, screw what everyone else is doing, let's just follow our own path and do what we think that is great or great value to our story or narrative or games, whatever. So glad we did that.
Yeah.
And then?
So in the Chronicles of Castle Rock, you see a storyteller, and at this point we're not really sure who it is, but it's a storyteller. He has found a book, and the book is really important because the book is also in the game.
Yeah.
And the story he tells actually tells the story of what we hear, but just from the point of view of one of the people in Rockberry. So it's really important that you watch closely how it unveils in the Chronicles of Castle Rock, because it tells the story also of We Were Here and We Were Here Forever, but it also shows you exclusive game footage that we have not released before of what the game's going to be.
By the way, you can see already like the book in our first trailer.
Yeah, the announcement trailer.
The announcement trailer, yeah. In the beginning you see someone grabbing the book.
Yeah, it's the book with the owl, in case people are like, book? What book?
Which book?
Oh,
we got one book!
Yeah, it's the book from now on. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, and now we got the book for real. Got it all printed and modeled. Maybe in the next podcast we can actually show the we
book
can't
that
yet.
you see.
Very careful.
Somebody broke it.
Yeah, not
okay, sensitive.
not calling names here, but it wasn't one of them too. Someone broke it, but it's getting fixed, and then we have it here, and then we can show it to you because it's
show it.
a piece of art.
Yeah, it's worth showing. It's I haven't even seen it in real life, but you can see it in the first episode of the Chronicles of Castle Rock. I'll also put the links in the description. And
it's really incredible.
Yeah.
And for us, it was also really cool to work on this, project, because we've never done such a thing, live action. And at some point we were like, it was like 4 a.m. We were in a castle, in a really ancient castle. There were like 20 people behind the camera. We had to make these shots.
Yeah.
Then we had the book, which is a really expensive version of what we have in the game, but so cool. And
and really heavy.
Yeah, and really heavy.
Could you hold it with one hand?
No.
No, it's 8 kilograms. It's
8.5, I guess.
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But I can imagine that. We were there really early in the morning, and we were pinching ourselves like, is this really happening?
Yeah, it was
the
really
first time.
It was really unbelievable
like
experience. Also like with a real actor and with this whole gigantic crew. Look, we have our crew of our own, but it's different. It's a different
vibe.
Yeah, different vibe, different career. It's film industry.
Also.
Super weird to be like in this completely different kind of scenery, working actually on the same kind of thing. You're working on the game, but it's just a whole different setting with all different people, and everything is in real life.
And the result is amazing.
It's
I really
beautiful.
like it.
It's beautiful.
It's really nice. So
Very
guys, you
proud.
have to check it out. It's really worth it.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe we can show people in the podcast, the concept art that we had. So when it still was an idea, but we really didn't really make it, and then the final shot and how much that compared.
It's an exact copy. I think it's really incredible what the art director did, because she made sure that it was like
you mean like the set, how the set
Yeah.
looks
How
in
the set
comparison
looks.
to how you wanted it to
our
look.
concept artist Rocky, he made concept drawings, and then the art director said, oh, it has to be literally the same, and said like, no, not exactly, and she delivered the exact same, and it was like, how did you even find this? I think she had like, how many books did they
It's
Where
incredible.
do they even
There
get
were 2
that
buses
stuff?
full of all
books
ancient
of
books
all
and stuff like
books.
that. Yeah.
I think we had like 500 books. It was so cool.
Oh yeah, that's
Just to see everything come to life.
Yeah,
And then,
we need to show that. That's
and then when the actor got in his costume, and he sat there behind the desk, and we were like,
It looks so good.
A little tear of joy.
Yeah,
it was really cool.
course.
I can remember that I was with the film producer and I showed him the first concept art that we had, and he was like, dude, this is never going to be exactly like that. You realize that. And then we got on set, it was like, dude, it's exactly like this.
Nice.
It was exactly the same.
Yeah, the
Really
setting looks amazing.
Yeah.
We got quite a lot of questions about it.
Can imagine.
Yeah, about everything, and also some other random unrelated questions unrelated to this. So I just gathered all the community's questions here, and I thought maybe it's nice to just walk through them.
Of course.
Cool.
So,
Let's finally give some answers
yes,
if we can.
let's do that.
If we can.
I'm here for you guys for all your questions.
She's your pioneer. You should
Yes.
cherish her.
Okay, well, let's stick to the Chronicles of Castle Rock topic a bit, because we got some questions about that.
Yeah.
So first question is, what exactly are these Chronicles of Castle Rock? We describe them as tales leading up to We Were Here Forever, but what does that actually mean?
Right.
Maybe in terms of like timeline or...
Exactly. Yeah, you just need to understand that the whole background story, as we've also mentioned in previous podcasts, it's about, of course, the king looking for eternal life, making contract with the demon. And we've always talked about that from this point of view inside the castle, what happened inside the castle. Yeah. But there were also people inside the kingdom, and they experienced what happened. They experienced the transfer of the whole kingdom to Antarctica. They experienced.
It's not weird at all.
You wake up and suddenly there's snow everywhere.
And there's snow everywhere, and and the keep. There's all kind of mystery going on in the keep, and all kind of demonic shit and stuff like that. So
just casual.
Yeah.
So you just need to imagine that if you've lived there, and then you've experienced that, and then this king is going, he's going nuts, he's going crazy, and you just want to escape that realm. So and that's what you will notice if you follow the Chronicles of Castle Rock, that people actually made all that through the experience in their life.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about from their point of view.
Yeah, basically. Okay, that makes sense. It's like finally from the perspective of the other side.
Yeah, you're one of the people now.
So, and then Rockberry is the area, the...
Rockberry is a village that was created next to the castle where they tried to survive.
How do you say that in Dutch? Like a burcht. Yeah, also you always have like a kingdom, and then you have this village that is...
Good question.
Birth.
Oh, no.
No, I have translation issues.
Maybe we put it in the description.
Yeah,
we'll put it in the description.
Okay, if we find out what birth is in English, we will definitely tell you.
We'll let you guys know. Add like a word here.
Yeah. Birth means...
Yeah, okay, good one. Yeah. So that kind of answers the second question, what is a Rockberry? Because someone said, I always thought it was just all about Castle Rock.
Yeah.
But that is basically right next to...
It's part of.
Or part of Rockberry.
That's also something that's really, really important to know, is that you have the castle, and the entire kingdom is Castle Rock. So the entire kingdom is Castle Rock. You have the keep, the castle in there, and you have Rockberry and some adjacent places. But the entire kingdom is Castle Rock.
Yeah, so it's not a castle per se, it's part of Castle Rock.
Exactly.
The castle is part of Castle Rock.
Yeah.
So, and like you just mentioned, can I say this? Like you mentioned the keep, you mentioned the castle, and Rockberry. These are all zones that will be discussed in the Chronicles of Castle Rock.
Yeah.
And that you will play
in We
Were Here Forever,
exactly.
Upcoming game. So that's a nice thing to know. So it's also some backstory of the areas you play in the game. Another question. Hi, I'm a big fan of the games. Thank you. And I wanted to know if we were getting more of the Chronicles of Castle Rock. Because this person just found out about it. So maybe it was unclear to some people, but this is a series.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have to laugh so badly every time when we say something at the exact same time.
It's in sync, that's good.
And also so nice in Dutch. Ja.
Same energy, that's good.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a series. There
Just
will be how many episodes in total?
6. There are 6 episodes in total.
On the website we show you already, playwebehere.com. You can see exactly when the new episode will be launched. So check that out, because then you can be really excited for the next episode.
Yes, and it's every 2 weeks, if I believe, right? So every 2 weeks, new
yes.
episode. We had the first one now, so yeah, it's a series. Check it out, guys. It's super exciting.
Yeah.
And last question, kind of connected to the lore, and that is, if We Were Here Forever is still connected to the lore of the past 3 games.
Yeah.
Most definitely,
Yeah.
One of the things that we really noticed with We Were Here is that we've always had a lot of mystery and not a lot of lore.
Yeah.
It was always really hidden. And now with We Were Here Forever, we try to put that a little bit up front so that you actually get a story and you get the idea of what happened in the other games. And what's going on in Castle Rock. So they're all connected, and you will get the really full story of what's going on
Actually,
in the kingdom.
from We Were Here 2, we already started sharing lore, and it got like more present with every game. But from We Were Here, we already started with this big ideas what happened to everything surrounding Castle Rock and the king and whatever. But it took us some time to like really translate that well in our games, and I think that We Were Here Forever is like the cherry on top of how we managed to have a perfect balance between lore and gameplay and the environments and stuff.
Definitely.
So.
And can we say something about how, because I can imagine this is a question some people might have, how quickly the games happened after each other? Is it like overlapping in terms of timeline, or is that something we keep as a mystery, or is there a lot of time in between?
Mysteries, it takes time. No, many people know that We Were Here started as a student project, so that one took 14 weeks.
Yeah.
It shows though, but it's still nice.
Yeah.
Then we had We Were Here 2, that took us a year, a bit more.
Yeah. Roughly 2 or 8, yeah.
Yeah, and then We Were Together took about 1.5 years, 20 months it was. And now We Were Forever is a little 2.5 years, something like that.
Yeah. Oh, no, actually.
We're not trying to keep a trend though.
Yeah, no, but I kind of meant in terms of lore, like the.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's also some interesting info, but in terms of lore, like We Were Here 2 compared to We Were Here in the timeline, is that?
Yeah, well, it's something that's still kind of a mystery and mythical, but what we do know is that the characters that you're going to play now, the explorers you're going to play now, are from We Were Here and We Were Here 2. So most definitely they are now in the same time space. But have they been in the same time space? We don't know.
That's where we leave the mystery and.
That's a more logical answer to your question.
No, it's completely.
But
fine.
I gladly provide with random facts.
All good.
I'm sorry.
So then we also got quite a lot of questions about We Were Here Forever, especially after we made the release date reveal.
Yeah.
The question we get all the time: how much will the game cost?
Oh, I thought you were going to ask, will it be free?
Yeah. It's kind of similar. Maybe there's a similar...
that's a little more. We got that question so many times.
Yeah.
Will it be free?
Just imagine that you've worked on something for 2.5 years and, you haven't slept well and you have worked weekends and stuff like that. And then somebody says, that was all for free, right? You're like, what?
Yeah, but it would make sense if you have like in-game purchases or whatever.
Sure.
But
but that's
do
not,
that.
Yeah.
That's another like
doesn't really
monetization
fit the
system.
type of game also.
No, but we're not gonna sell skins you don't see,
It's not really...
No.
No, but
I get it.
Just, it doesn't fit our games.
Yeah, you don't have an in-game store and pets and that kind of stuff.
Or advertising
Oh, we
or
need
something
pets
like that.
though. Maybe you can have a pet rat.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Another story.
Moving on.
That sparked this idea. So, how much will the game cost?
Oh, me? Damn. Oh, it is. The base game will be $17.99.
Yeah. Right? Both euros and dollars?
Yeah.
So there's the answer.
So if you have another way of spending money, then check Steam.
But there will always on release we always have a loyalty discount. So if people have the previous games, they will get a loyalty discount.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that our fans will get a discount right from the get-go.
Yeah, and we will also provide a bundle.
Yeah.
A new bundle with all the games included and with some cool stuff. So if you're new to the series and you're like, oh my god, I love everything about it, I want to play every game, but I don't own one, you can buy them like all together with a discount.
Nice.
And indeed load the discount if you already bought other ones. But you can also buy it just separated from everything. So.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing to mention because sometimes we get the question if the game will be added to existing bundles that people already purchased. But
it's the same answer to will it be free? No.
Yeah, no. You won't get it for free in the bundle.
No.
There will be a new bundle including the new game for a new price.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, it's good to clear that up. And then we did the release date. We announced that it's going to be released on... maybe also good to mention when the release date is going to be. 10th of May.
Woo!
10th of May for PC.
Yeah.
And we mentioned console players or console will follow shortly after. We got the question, can we expect weeks, months? Because shortly after is a bit of a loose term.
It is.
Can we say anything about that?
Well, it's not going to be years.
Now I'm not worried anymore.
No, what we've had with previous titles, is that it took really a long time before the console version was there, and basically that was also because we didn't really design for console back then. We Were Forever is designed with console in mind, so console's just as a first-class citizen as the PC version is.
Yeah.
So we're doing everything we can to bring it as soon as possible, but we also want to bring a very good product, and it needs to be really optimized for the system. So that's why we're still working on it and not quite sure when exactly. As soon as we know it, you'll know it.
Yeah. And the trajectory for console is way more tough than for PC.
It's more complex,
It's more complex, so it just takes a little bit more time, and we want to deliver like a perfect product and not something that isn't finished yet, of course. So please bear with us. We're doing the absolute best we can, but it just takes a little more time than PC.
Yeah. All right. I think that's a clear answer. Another question that I also see pretty often is how long the game is going to be compared to the previous games. A lot of people ask in terms of hours, but I think we can maybe give like
an estimate.
Maybe if there's not really an estimate, I guess it's different for everyone. It just depends on.
It really depends. It's not about how smart you are, but if you know the trick that we do, if you kind of understand how we design our puzzles, or you maybe played previous games, then maybe of course you will be faster through every puzzle than someone else who's just new to the game. But I think We Were Forever, we said between 12 and 15
It's 10 to 12 hours for experienced players. Unexperienced players will have a longer gameplay time.
Yeah.
But that said, the adventure will feel a lot bigger because there are so many different areas and different things you will do. It's not just a hallway and a next puzzle in the same hallway and stuff like that. It's an adventure, and I think that will feel very grand to you.
Yeah, and also this is like measured, like if you just do your puzzle in your area and move on, but there is so much to see, so that's why we say it's a puzzle adventure game, because you can adventure around, you can see so many cool stuff, the areas are beautiful and they're really big, and you can just wander around, or you don't have to stick to finish puzzle and go.
There's probably people wandering around, exploring.
Yeah, you can explore
a bit,
everything a little bit. Look for some lore.
Yeah,
try to understand the story.
Joke around a bit with their friend. That's all included.
Yeah, I mean we have some cool stuff like rock paper scissors.
Ooh, are we already dropping that?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, right.
You have to give the people some stuff. You have to give them.
Now they're gonna be like, what does this cryptic message mean? But so is it fair to say that We Were Here Forever will definitely be the biggest one so far?
Yeah, it's the biggest and the longest experience.
Maybe if you play We Were Here 14 times, it will be bigger. But,
okay. Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people will be very happy with that, so that's good to know. Then a very specific question: will the game support HDR and ultra wide?
Ooh, very good question.
Through the
Ultra wide, we're still looking for all the keywords in that for both things, ultra wide and HDR. I'm gonna say it's not gonna be there on launch, but we have everything technically in place to support those things. Yeah. So will there be a patch somewhere along the way supporting those things? Probably, but I'm not gonna say definitely, but probably.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
They will have HDR.
Are there any plans for crossplay for We Were Here Forever?
It's a very good question. For the first time, we will be launching a game also on the Epic Store. We haven't done that ever before.
Yeah.
So Steam players and Epic players will be able to crossplay with each other. So it doesn't matter if your friend has bought it on Epic and you have bought it on Steam. That will work. For the consoles and PC and console or console with a different console, stuff like that, we will let you know as soon as we have something on that.
Yeah. All right.
Maybe when they do the announcement date.
And will there also be a supporters edition for the game? Because for the previous games, all of them, we have
I actually
edition.
already told that we will have some different. You have the base game in store and also the supporters edition and a bundle.
Oh,
I think,
okay.
So then you can get some cool stuff, and of course you support us.
Yeah, little extra support.
And really important thing I think for the supporters edition is for the first time ever in We Were Here creating a We Were Here game, we've had a concept artist. That every area has been done by a concept artist, creating the feel. So that's something that's going to be in there with the supporters edition. A very cool art book with all the concept art, but also showing you how it eventually got made and then the end result. So that's really cool. Those concept shots are so cool.
So an actual concept art book will be included in the supporters edition.
Yeah.
Yeah, digitally.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah. Maybe we can, but not. It would be cool to
at
have
some
a
point
physical.
Sure.
Plans
sure.
for the future.
Sure.
Yeah.
First, let's release this game, and then we'll make other plans. But
but still, it's I always personally really like seeing concept art and how it developed and translated into the final result.
I love to see the before and after.
Yeah, me too.
And I also love the before, the rodent production.
Yeah.
So all the white boxing.
Yeah.
And then what it became.
Yeah.
Because I think that's also really interesting to see how we got like this completely white boxed area with nothing and just puzzle elements, and then it becomes this beautiful scenery.
Yeah.
It's,
you mean like untextured?
But not even untextured. Like just click on this box and that's a lever.
Like the very early stages.
Like the whole the stages.
Yeah,
of the
I
game.
really like seeing that too. It's impressive how much it changes.
Because when you lose faith and then you see the end result, you're like, should have trusted the progress.
Yeah, exactly.
Trust the process.
So, and for the concept artist, I think it's also really cool to do a big shout out to Rocky Schouten.
Yeah, definitely.
He made really cool concept art, and he's also pretty famous for working for big studios. Like he worked on Horizon Zero Dawn, Forbidden West also.
Assassin's Creed.
Creed.
And he worked for Bandai Namco.
Yeah, Namco Bandai also. So he made really cool shit, and you'll see it when you see the concept art. It's really nice, nice. And also, what will also be in the art book are drawings by our 2D artist Jessica. She has also made the drawings that you see in the Chronicles of Castle Rock of the entire book. So a really big shout out to Jessica.
Jessica! Hey, there she is.
Also needs some recognition, of
course.
She also makes a lot of nice drawings for the game.
Yeah, and not to say that. I think it's actually nice to say that she made the whole the inside of the book, like all the pages in 2 days, the 80 pages, because then maybe people think like,
incredible.
That's not how you're supposed to work with your employees, but No, she worked really, really incredibly hard to get the all the pages done for the book. That we
for
will
the
hopefully,
owl book,
for the
Chronicles
owl
of Castle
book.
Rock.
Oh,
She
but
made
it's
all
so
the
beautiful.
pages in how long?
It's amazing. Yeah, 2 days.
In 2
In
days.
2 days, an entire book.
Yeah, but it's
80
like
pages.
she didn't only like design the pages. She also drew all the illustrations in the book in those 2 days. So she did the whole layouting, drawing, text format, and it was
incredible.
Crazy, but she managed to do it. So
she did. Yeah,
it's a deserved.
I still feel guilty, but I'm really proud. Yeah.
All right. Well, we only have a few questions left. There's a few like miscellaneous questions that are just about some random stuff. One question is actually about the first game. We were here. You can see two kind of exploring looking shadowy figures in one of the puzzles in the hallways in I think it was the maze. You see like one getting dragged around and one quickly running by. It's like the jump scare moments. So who are those people or explorers actually? Do we know anything about them?
Did you see anyone in the hallways?
Really? Is there anyone there in the hallways?
Actually,
But
doesn't ring a bell. For
Isn't
me
it
either.
just a figment of your imagination?
Yeah,
Maybe
it's-
you went insane.
Yeah.
I don't
Next
know.
question. Another question, actually quite a funny one. How come that there are still rats in the castle with
Ooh.
practically no food and freezing temperatures?
But I mean, why are there rats in the freezing castle? Why is there a castle in the Antarctics? I mean,
It's not the weirdest thing that's happening.
Yeah, it's not the weirdest thing of this story. So is it really like? Isn't it? Yeah.
It's amazing the circumstances rats can survive in.
Yeah.
And that's also partially why
It's still vermin.
Why you notice in the announcement trailer that the jester is talking about vermin, but he's not talking about the actual rats.
No.
So some rats just keep surviving and won't die.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Nothing personal.
All right, and another specifically emphasized very important question.
Oh.
What is our idea of a perfect hot chocolate?
Ooh,
Oh.
very good, very good.
Oh. I was not prepared for this.
Yeah, it was. I just threw it in there.
Okay.
Maybe for people who
we're doing that
don't
now.
really know
Okay.
the bit of the stories,
Yeah.
that in our Discord server we actually have a channel called the Hot Chocolate Bar.
Exactly.
How did that actually come?
It's because when we were together,
Existence.
we have the base camp,
Oh, yeah.
and it was really cozy, and then we
Yeah.
had the idea of everybody drinking warm hot chocolate right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
how the idea was
Yeah,
made.
we even made some recipes for hot chocolate like
Yep.
the past few years because it kind of became a thing, which is really cool. My
Yeah.
big dream is to have like a hot chocolate bar
A
on
hot
an
chocolate
event.
bar. Oh yeah.
That would be the
Yeah.
greatest.
Would
Like
be
you can
so
play
cool,
We Were
yeah.
Here,
Have
whatever
some
you
hot
were here,
chocolate.
and then you can just enjoy. Like we have 3 types of hot chocolate or whatever, and
Yeah.
then get your flavor done. or
Okay,
make
3
it
types.
custom.
So what would your type be?
Dark, tall, handsome. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, we're talking about Joe. He's sitting
Okay.
there.
Okay.
No, let's say. Oh, just give me something with the, the chocolate flakes on top. So give
Yeah.
me with whipped cream,
Of course.
maybe some Oh, yeah. Okay, give me a little bit like a sundae ice cream. So a hot chocolate with whipped cream, then a little like
A
chocolate
swirl.
swirl, and then with some flakies on it.
Oh.
Or maybe some coconut flakes.
Okay.
I go with that.
Okay.
See things happening here.
I like her version, but I would add some brown rum to it,
Oh,
just a little bit, not too much, not too much,
Oh.
but just some brown rum.
yeah,
and
just
one
for a little
thing,
bit of spice.
and one thing I noticed that they do in Belgium is they take instead of a spoon, they take a stick
Oh
with
yeah.
some chocolate on it, and they put it in there. And then
Yeah,
you
I've
can
seen that. Yeah.
either make your chocolate with it or already have chocolate with it, but just eat from
Have
the chocolate.
extra. I like that second
Extra
idea
chocolate. Oh.
better.
Yeah, but
yes.
I tried like
I
the
tried it
steaks,
too, and it
but
was a
it's
bit
all
bland.
it's also bland. Wait,
Don't want to ruin your idea,
no, it's
but
you're great, honey. You're doing great. No, but I was once, and I don't know if it still exists. So maybe people, if it still exists, I will go there. You have in London a hot chocolate bar.
okay.
It's I think it was in Harrods, in the basement. I remember something, and I was 16, and I drank white chocolate milk for the first time, like hot white chocolate
I
milk.
had the same thing.
And it was the most amazing thing I ever tasted. I
Oh,
was like,
for me,
can you
it
make hot
wasn't.
chocolate with white chocolate? It was so good. But it was like really creamy and like tons of calories and sugar, and it was the
That
greatest
means it
thing
was
ever.
good. It was
And I
good.
still remember it 15 years later, so it was pretty good hot chocolate.
Yeah, when I had it with a stick, it was always a bit too little chocolate and too much milk. It was just
right.
too milky. So I
Yeah,
guess
yeah.
if you have a hot chocolate
Yeah.
and add it to your
Yeah.
hot chocolate, then I can imagine it must be great.
Yeah.
I think my perfect hot chocolate is gonna sound like
Nesquik, no. It would be great.
just buy some chocolate milk and warm it up in the microwave.
just some chocomel and just put it in a microwave.
Yeah, but chocomel is a Dutch thing.
Well, that's a really
By the
important
way.
thing. We like the Dutch version, chocomel. We like chocomel.
yeah.
Nope.
That's the way you get the little het vliesje.
Yeah.
Oh
God.
no,
what do you call
yeah,
it?
the little skin
Yeah,
thingy.
The
yeah.
skin on top of your chocolate.
no,
Then
no.
you think you got it off with your spoon,
Yeah,
and then you
oh,
take a sip and you're
That's
so disgusting.
Yeah, I do like that
Oh.
too, but I think if I'm really in the mood, I discovered that making hot chocolate with oat milk is actually super good.
Oh yeah, but it's
It's-
less sweet. It's
Yeah, I think it's nice. I really like it, and I love cinnamon. So everything with cinnamon flavors, I love. So I would add some cinnamon. I've also made hot chocolate with a bit of Baileys, which is
that's good
Also
too.
nice.
pretty good.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
it's kind of
Also
made for each other. It's like Bailey's also really creamy.
It's or amaretto.
Ooh, yeah.
You know what I used to
Amaretto.
drink when I was younger? Hot milk, but I don't drink milk anymore. But I don't think it's that nice with oat milk or whatever. But it was hot milk with Malibu. So you have like a pina colada, but then warm, and it sounds disgusting.
It sounds
it's great.
disgusting.
If you're under 18 or under 21 in the Americas, you didn't hear that from me, but it's really great.
Winky.
Winky face.
Yeah, okay. Well, that sounds like a hot chocolate bar I would go to.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we should start our own hot chocolate
Yeah.
bar. Call it the Explorer.
We have a lot of ideas, so it would be a nice thing.
The cocoa of Castle Rock.
Exactly.
Oh. We own that now. No.
The last question is one that we also got pretty often the last 2 weeks. Quite a funny thing, because we get this question after we announce the release date for our game that is not even out yet, but we get a lot of questions. Do we plan to do We Were Here 5? So a game after forever.
It's a really good question.
All these good questions. Is that you
All
buying
questions.
time for an answer?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's my strategy. You know this.
Oh,
there's
that's a
pattern here.
shitty question. Let's answer it.
Well, obviously,
Yeah.
we like creating We Were Here games. I think that the people, the fans, have really much fun playing them.
Yeah.
So I can imagine that Total Mayhem Games will create more of the We Were Here games, but maybe also on, for other audiences and other platforms that we already do.
Oh.
Exciting stuff. This is new for me too. No, kidding.
Really? Oh.
So then a nice little drop. So yeah, that actually means that we went through all the community's questions. So
I think it's just easy to say that we're not done yet with anything.
yeah, no.
The future is
Never.
bright.
Yeah, exactly. So keep that in mind, guys.
Yep.
I also want to do a little call for new questions. If you guys have more questions, just leave them in the comments.
When you're not happy with the answer,
Leave
just
them,
ask them again.
Yeah, just
Next time it won't be
if
free
the
too.
answer- yeah, exactly. But will it be free?
But if you want a free game with a monetizational system, just add us and maybe we can think about it.
Maybe if you have an idea for something with an in-game store and credits. You
Oh,
know, But yeah, just leave all your questions in comments, like even the weirdest questions.
If
We,
you want
we
to,
like the weird questions.
Maybe
so.
if you want the We Were Here DLC in Dead by Daylight, just say it to Behavior Studios. So you really want it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not me, it's them.
So yeah, we love to answer all your questions in next podcast.
Yeah,
So
it's
don't
a lot of
hesitate, ask them all. It's nice for us. We have fun stuff to discuss, and yeah, that actually brings us to the end. Unless you guys have something you want to add, if there's
Oh, maybe you
Anything
should
you,
shake the globe.
actually.
What?
shake the globe.
There's a globe. Whoa.
You don't see this thing I'm holding here?
Whoa, wait a minute. Whoa.
It's cute, right?
Just shake the globe.
It's very cute. We love it.
It's beautiful.
So yeah, well, if you guys have no other input, then I think this is the end of today's podcast,
Yeah.
today's
Cool.
Mayhem.
Today's Mayhem.
Thank you guys so much for listening today, for being here. Leave your questions, comments, everything down below. Don't forget to check out the links, the trailer, the episode of the Chronicles of Castle
The
Rock.
translation of Burgt.
The translation of birth. Exactly. And yeah, we hope to see you guys next time. Thank you for being here, Lucia, Jove, and
Thank you
see
for
guys
having us.
next time.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.